I don't
Good to
carry
carry one around.
I don't carry any weapons per se, but you already carry the most valuable weapons you could ever have. One, your keys. Okay, I know you have at least a key to your house, right? Um, this is another valuable weapon because this, you could be sitting there talking to somebody, and this kid could come over with a gun and say, "Give me all your money," and I could say, "Oh crap, bro," and hit you right in the throat with it, and then you're done. And that didn't even get all the way out of you. But you see what I mean? How quick that was?
Yeah.
And also, this is Gorilla Glass, so you hit somebody with that, or hit them with a sharp point, it's gonna hurt a lot. A lot of people don't think about the cell phone as a weapon, but it can be. So even when you're not carrying a weapon, every weapon is a weapon. It's kind of like that saying, everything is kung fu. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just have to, if you need to improvise and somebody's chasing you down and they got guns or knives or whatever, the best thing for you to do is call the popos, even though not everybody agrees with the police. The next best thing to do is call your parents at your age. Well, actually, that should be the first thing you do while you're calling the cops too at the same time. The next thing to do is defend yourself as best as you can, which means improvise with whatever you can. If it's your keys, if it's a cell phone. I mean, this is Gorilla Glass, it's practically unbreakable. I mean,
Is
yes,
mine Gorilla Glass?
yes, people can break your phone, and your phone can crack and stuff. But if it's to save your life, wouldn't you rather, pop somebody in the cojones with your thing and then hit them in the throat with it and then hit them in the side of the head with it?
Yeah.
You know? If it's to save your life. So, these are some of the things your mom kind of didn't want me to show you though, because I do a lot of weapons and stuff. One thing she thought you might find very interesting though. This one. It's the art of swordsmanship. It's not real. But for a second you were like, "Oh wow, I'm dead." Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could teach you how to use a sword, and we could use the practiced ones, which would be these.
Yeah.
However, you have to be careful with that.
Yeah.
These are sharp points, and this is solid bamboo. Feel it. It's light as a feather. It's not even as heavy as a real sword. My real swords are over here, along with the lightsabers. Yes, I have lightsabers. Now, if you could come by for nighttime lessons on a weekend or something, because you're still in school, so it's got to be at a time when your mom's okay with it and dad's okay with it and all that other stuff, and you can come and I'll lightsaber duel you sometime or whatever. But yeah. Until then, this is the most you're gonna see of them is they're sitting over there, and I'm showing you something. Like my cane.
I do.
You wouldn't have to use a cane, I don't think, unless you like broke your hip or something.
It looks like this was, my dad said it was something.
Well, it's
Alrighty.
a professional karate cane. As far as I know, my half sister bought it for me for my 56th birthday. I'm 56 years old. Okay. And the reason why is because I saw a lot of people who are disabled who live around me, and they use canes and walkers and stuff. So I was like, you know what, it'd be a good idea to teach some self-defense with a cane. And especially since every time I watch a TikTok video of somebody doing self-defense with a cane, the guy's like this, holding it like a samurai sword. What do you even need a cane for? You know what I mean? And he's swinging around, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, okay, the cane can be associated with the sword because back in the 1700s, it was fashionable for people to dress and have a cane. And they would have cane swords. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why the cane is a lot of times associated with the sword. But the cane is actually used for people who have hip problems, people who have leg problems, knee problems and stuff. But, you know, say like a young kid like you says, hey old man, give me your money. And I look at you and I go, oh, please don't mess with me or whatever. And you figure, well, shit, excuse my French. You figure, well, crap, you know, I'm gonna take this old man's money. And then you go to swing at my face, for instance. I can block with the cane and come down like this and then hit you again in the face and then come back down here and hook your gonads and still be okay with my cane. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So there are some things that elderly people can do to defend themselves. Like for instance, if you had thrown a low kick from either side, I would go like this, and then you would catch the cane, not me, and you would hurt your shin. You'd be like, oh my God, that hurt. And while you're saying, oh my God, that hurt, that's when I'm gonna come around and hook it and pull your leg up. So a cane is a good self-defense weapon, if it's used for self-defense. That's what I was having the problem with the TikTok people, the masters that were showing people self-defense with a cane because they were like this. And I was like, no, some old guy's not gonna be doing that, some old lady's not gonna be doing that. They're gonna be going, please don't mess with me, I can barely walk as it is, leave me alone. You know, they're not gonna be, and if they can swing it, they can swing it and do some self-defense things, but they immediately have to set it back down to keep their balance. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So I showed some techniques like that. And I just showed you some techniques like that. There's Loki.
Does she bite?
He.
He.
He sometimes nibbles, but he doesn't like hard.
Okay.
Mostly what he does is he claws, like I got a couple claws here, but that's because, you know, I'm his dad, so we play and he gets off and stuff. But here's what his favorite toy is. If you want to, you can play with him for a little bit. Because we're pretty much done with your lesson. I'm pretty sure you got a pretty good workout. What do you think, Colton?
Yeah.
Colton's first lesson. That's how it turned out. Now we're just going to wait for Mom to show up.